Well, look, it wasn't quite like that. But the CIA people did come out, wearing suits and sunglasses. But they wouldn't help out. Domestic surveillance, counter-espionage, that stuff's, how should I say, not their bailiwick. The FBI wouldn't get involved either. They felt that, look, 75-cent error, it's not worth our time to check into it. So I had to rely on what I knew best, doing science. In science, you gather and analyze data and do experiments. So that's what I did.
He's still here, Lloyd. Okay. He's still here. All right. Give me a second. Get this set up right.
When the hacker stole data from our computer into his, he used a program called Kermit to transfer it. Kermit would send a packet of data and then wait. When the hacker's computer got the packet, it replied, "Got that one, send the next batch." If I could measure the delay time between each reply, then I could calculate how far away the hacker was. In practice, it was a little more complicated than that, because the path might not be direct. The connection goes through a series of relay stations, called nodes. They might interfere with the calculation. I didn't know, but we did the experiment anyway.
1, 2, 3.
3 seconds?
1, yeah, 1, 2, right about 3 seconds.
3 seconds round trip. That's from Berkeley to wherever he is and back.
Yeah, 3 seconds.
At the speed of light, that's about 270, 280,000 miles away. For basic physics, he's someplace on the moon.
Sure.
That's what it says.
Well,
How else are you going to get 3 seconds of delay?
well, if he's coming through several different nodes, every node that the packet gets sent through is going to add its own delay.
Oh,
So you're going to have, depending on the route, it may be different.
So what we have to do is figure out how much delay each node adds to it, and figure out how many, well, that'll tell us how many nodes there are between here and there, and that'll tell us about how far away he is. To sort out this problem with the nodes, with the relay stations, we figured we'd perform a little experiment. We'd connect from our Berkeley, California computers to systems across the country and measure the delay times for packets to go from our place to somebody else's computer and come back. First, we went from Berkeley down to Los Angeles and back. We found that, hey, getting delay times of a quarter second, third of a second. Okay. Then from Berkeley to Iowa and back, getting delays of 3/4 of a second. Further away from Berkeley we get, longer the delay. Then from California to Boston and back, getting delay times of 1.5 seconds. Okay. But none of these were 3 seconds long. That delay was outside the bounds of our experiment. It seemed as though the more data I looked at, the more puzzles there were. Strange.
Hmm?
Weird.
What?
What happens around, say, 12 noon?
Lunch.
No, really. I've been analyzing this hacker's times, and he shows up most often around 12 noon or 1 o'clock.
So?
Come here and look at this. Come here. He's showing up in the afternoon, you know, noon, 1 o'clock. He hardly ever shows up at night. Why would he show up when there's a lot of people around in the day? He hardly ever shows up when nobody's around, in the middle of the night.
Well, maybe it's nighttime where he is.
In Virginia? That business with Virginia was another false lead. The hacker just wasn't there. I finally discovered our phone trace had led to a computer belonging to a company called MITRE. The hacker had broken into MITRE from somewhere else and then dialed straight out again. It was a way of hiding his tracks. And MITRE paid his phone bill. I still didn't know where the hacker was coming from. But the trace to MITRE woke up the authorities. MITRE is in McLean, Virginia. They do secret research for the Defense Department. They're just 2 miles from Langley, in the headquarters of the CIA. MITRE shut out the hacker, but he found other routes to my computer and roamed freely through the networks. In just a few months, he got into 40 military and defense computers. None of them were supposed to contain top secrets. After all, computers with classified information are isolated from the networks. But I could never be sure what the hacker would find, or what he'd piece together bit by bit from different sources. One Saturday morning, the case began to crack.
Hello?
Ron, I got a live one. Trace my port 14.
Okay, hold on. This will just take a second. Cliff, are you sure this is the same guy?
Yeah, I'm sure it's him.
Okay, I've got his network address locked on, but he's coming in from somewhere strange.
Like where?
He's coming in from outside TimeNet. He's coming in on a circuit that's owned by International Telephone Telegraph Company.
You mean he's coming in from abroad?
No doubt about it.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Cliff. I'm calling you back on behalf of Ron Vivier. He asked me to call you because you've been receiving some calls from a hacker.
Yeah, he's still here.
Okay, well, Ron asked me to get involved because the call is coming through a gateway and...
The hacker had stubbed his toe when he used that ITT line. Steve traced it to a satellite and filled in a big piece of the puzzle.
I think the address of the caller...
So, where's he coming from?
Well, he's coming from West Germany. That's the Bundespost network. We'll probably hear back from them about Monday.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks a lot then, Cliff.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Germany. Now the clues made sense. The times that this hacker shows up. Noon, 1 o'clock out in Berkeley. Heck, that's 9 or 10 in the evening in Germany. The time when a hacker's gonna be breaking into computers. And the passwords this guy's using. Stuff like Jaeger, Hunter. Yeah, Maggie Morley had said just that. Jaeger is German for Hunter. And the packet time returns. It was a second and a half from Berkeley, California to Boston. All I had to do was extrapolate to realize that then it's going to be 3 seconds to get from Berkeley out to Germany. I'd been blind.